Let's get into these key ideas. Let's start with happiness and the nature of the good. Lady Philosophy says, wealth, honor, power may come and go, but virtue alone is within a man's control. Again, we can control so little, but we do have agency over our own virtue, how we choose to think, how we choose to act. And even when we maybe don't really have those choices, we need to act as if. This is in response to Boethius lamenting the loss of these things. But Lady Philosophy has an answer. She says, kings are not truly powerful. They live in fear of losing their throne. The rich are not truly happy. They constantly want more. The famous do not possess real worth, because the public, the fan base, is fickle. She notes the only thing that cannot be taken away by fortune, another major character here, also represented by Fortuna, the goddess of fortune, more so the goddess of change from Roman mythology. But the only things that cannot be taken are wisdom and virtue. This aligns very much with Stoicism, with that Neoplatonism that I've talked about.
Oh, really? You can't take away my virtue? Wanna bet? Same thing for everybody else. You can't take away the virtue and wisdom of a wise man, of a truly good man. Wanna bet? All you got to do is take this wise person, this person who's truly good, who really loves people, who really cares, put him in the surgical unit. Get a mad doctor, a mad scientist who operate on his brain. Cut out the right parts, and he'll come back being a babbling idiot, not knowing jack shit. Where's your wisdom now? They cut it out of his brain. You can take it if you know the nuance of the other brain. You could put that good person in surgery and muck around with his brain. Cut certain parts of it. Damage it so that it rewires differently. And he'll come back. Before surgery, he'll be a loving humanitarian. Giving money. Not just giving money, but giving of his time to people in need. Like Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. But when he comes back after the surgery, he'll be a womanizer, a drunk, a person of ill temper. Hell, if you do the correct brain damage, he might even come back a child molester. They've had persons who suffered head trauma, and they were a good, moral, morally upright, decent people. Had a wife, and they had suffered a head trauma. And they all of a sudden had desires to molest children. They had sex with children. It passed, but nothing is permanent. You can take away anything from anybody. I don't give a damn who you are. It's in the brain, folks. Just cut out the right parts of the brain, and the genius will no longer be a genius. You see, he'll be stupid. A good person, you damage certain parts of the brain, it will change his personality. And he may come back a child molester after you muck with his brain. So don't you dare have this shit, this feel-good philosophy of Boethius. It's easy for you to be all philosophical and loving when you got thousands of people watching your YouTube videos, you got money in the bank, you got people who love you. Kings are always, hey, I know if I become a good looking guy, it won't last forever. If I get famous, I know 99% of the people or more will be fickle. Honey is what I fucking want. True love, the love of a family, the real love of people who know who and love you for who you are, all that's fickle too. That can change. You let somebody convince your loving family and your loving friends that you are a pedophile, and they'll start to hate you. Even though you are not a pedophile at all. That's why I say fear is better than respect. Because if you respect me, all it takes is a false rumor about me and you lose your respect for me. Even though I don't deserve to lose your respect. But if you fear me, if I do something wicked to you, hurt you, you're going to fear me even more. So fear is more powerful than respect. Everything's fucking... If there's no God, everything's temporary anyways. I don't... Fuck all this comfy, wumpy, philosophical, feel-good, do-good, visionary shit. If it ain't eternal, I ain't interested in your goodness. I want what's good for me. That's the only goodness I want is what's good for me. And those who lie, I love. And those who promote me. And those who I love, and those who love me. You see? And for the general public, just as long as I don't perceive the public is against me, just as long as the public's able to show me human love. Yes, I want to be good. I want to be a good person. I want to do good to people. But it's kind of hard to do when you ain't got shit to give anymore. Because you see everybody else getting this slice of the pie and you're not getting your slice of the pie. It starts to make you into a bitter, angry man. And there are good people who have become murderers because hope deferred maketh the heart sick. They were sick in the head. Now, they were not sick in the head. They knew what they were doing was wrong. They just didn't care anymore because nobody seemed to care about them. They couldn't get what made them truly happy. Please, Mindshift, spare us. What's the point of dying well if you die and it's over? What's the fucking point? Oh, you enjoyed it. It was worth it while you were alive. You made the best of your life. You lived a beautiful life and left a beautiful life behind for others to emulate. So what? You want that? Good for you. Help yourself. Knock yourself out. What I want is different from what you want. And don't you dare say I'm not valid. If there is no God, what the fuck does it matter? I want to be a good-looking guy. I want to be admired for my good looks by the females. I want to be admired for what I'm all about. I want to be admired as a rock star. And when I'm old and lose my good looks and my talent, if I become a bitter, lonely man, hey, so what? I gotta die someday. At least at one time of my four-dimensional timeline existence, for a dot on that timeline, I was like the army commercial. Be all that you can be. I was good looking. People were afraid. People loved me, but if people didn't like me, or I didn't like them, they were afraid of me. I don't want people to fear me unless they don't love me, unless they hate me, or unless they don't care for me. There is wisdom, virtue. Kings are afraid of losing their throne. The rich, they can lose their riches. They're afraid of losing their riches. But hey, at least they got them. At least you have it for a time in the season. Nothing lasts forever. It would be easy for me to be preaching this feel-good, visionary, positive philosophy bullshit if I had 1,000 viewers watching my fucking YouTube videos instead of the same 5 or 6 people. If I was good looking and the girls admired me for the good looks, and if I never had to be passed up or rejected by the girls based on my looks because I was good looking. If I was a small time big shot, if I was noticed to be more than just another face in the crowd, I say this in hyperbole. I'd better burn in hell in a lake of fire, having been what I wanted to be, a good-looking guy, a good-looking big shot, and I had to go to heaven being just another face in the crowd. I'm not accepting this goddamn shit. I'm not accepting this goddamn fucking shit. If this is what God intends for me, God can go fuck himself. Not interested. Just as long as I can be a good-looking guy. Just as long as I can be just as long as I want to be wise, but nobody appreciates my wisdom because nobody's fucking listening to what I got to say. And I had a stroke, and this stroke has negatively infected my ability to communicate. Let me ask you something, Mindshift. You are a genius. He's wise. He's loving. He's full of wisdom and virtue. Let's say you can't take away his virtue and wisdom. Well, unless you do brain surgery on him. But let me tell you something. A stroke can certainly take it away. You let the right parts of the brain die, and this genius becomes suddenly a moron. This do-gooder, visionary, virtuous man becomes a drunk. And becoming a drunk, he starts to become a womanizer. And eventually everything good about him goes out the window. You let this virtuous man suffer a brain trauma like Phineas Gage on the railroad. He had a lead rail thrust through his head. He was a good Catholic person. But after that, he became a womanizer and a drunk. And like I said earlier, you let this person, he's a humanitarian, not just giving money to charities. Any old person can easily conscious, I'm doing my best for the humanity, I'm giving to all the charities. But he actually gets his hands dirty and builds houses for the poor. You can have a man like this, and he could suffer a freak accident or head trauma, or be robbed by a robber, wielding a baseball bat, who beats him in the head in such a way that when he comes back, all of a sudden, he's wondering, where did I get these pedophile desires? And after a while, the pedophile desires get so strong, he starts actually grooming children on the internet. Everybody doesn't get their happy ending. Sometimes really rotten shit happens to good people. If there's no God, fuck it, man. Sometimes life is not fair. I will be goddamned whether there's a God or not if I suffer except just being the nail. I'd rather be the hammer than the nail. Yes, I fucking would. If only fucking goddamn Holy Ghost could. I surely fucking would. And I believe in Jesus, but I want my rewards down here. Fuck the rewards up there. I just let me get into heaven by the skin of my fucking teeth as I'm experiencing some woeful doubts. I will be goddamn if I'm going to waste all this only time not hedging my bets. I'm believing Jesus just enough to get in heaven. But until I know there's life after death, I will not believe. Now let's see if Jesus fucking loves me like he loved his bosom buddy Thomas. Thomas died at the resurrection and Jesus appeared to him. I'm so desperately wanting to know that there's life after death that's real spiritual, and Jesus don't love me enough to give me this reassurance. Fuck him. Thomas had to die for the Lord as a martyr. Maybe I'm willing to have to do the same fucking thing to have the peace of mind knowing that when I die, I'll live on. Maybe I'll be willing to do the same fucking thing. Have you ever thought about that? Sorry, sometimes I get so triggered. No, I'm not sorry. I just clean that shit off. I get so angry. It makes me so goddamn angry seeing this do-gooder atheist talking about virtue and morality with no God. And every goddamn one of these atheists have got shitloads of followers on social media, stroking their egos, sending them money on super chats. They got a nice bank account. And I, sitting here on social media, can't get super chats. No. I will not. I'm not accepting this goddamn shit. I will not be a virtuous, just another face in the crowd. I'd rather live it up and go to prison, having been somebody better than the rest, than be just another average Joe. I'm so help me God. I want to hit this fucking table right now. Dude, all I want is to be a good-looking guy. Every time I see my thin hair, I start cursing God and the Holy Ghost. Nothing makes me. I'd rather burn in hell if that's the price I have to pay to have a head, to not be able to look at my face and see a head full of hair and not have to see my fucking scalp shining through my bangs. I curse the Holy Ghost if I don't get my hair. I do. I don't want to curse the Holy Ghost, but I do if I don't get my fucking head full of hair. And I'll pay the price for it too. I swear by the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. So let me get into heaven by the skin of my fucking teeth. Seeing Mindshift's video just triggered me with rage. They can't take your virtue away. They can't take your wisdom away. Dumbass, a good brain surgeon, I guarantee you, I bet you my soul, a damn good brain surgeon could take away your fucking virtue. A good brain surgeon could take away your wisdom. Hell, a simple stroke or a head trauma accident could turn you into a child molester. So, if there is no God, this world is a paranoid, traumatic, shitty place to live, unless you're on top of it all. And if you're on top of it all, you better enjoy it while it lasts, because nothing lasts forever, except death. That's the only thing that lasts forever. Ain't that some shit? The only thing that lasts forever is, it's not that life is so short, it's just that you're dead for so long. No fear. And I curse the Holy Ghost if I don't start getting followers and people watching my fucking videos. Even if it had to be fucking buddy trolls, at least as long as I know I take it back. Just as long as I can pull the numbers. Because the numbers is Lord. If you ain't pulling big numbers, you're a complete loser. The numbers is God, man. Second only to God. Unless, of course, there is no fucking God. Then the numbers is God. He who pulls big numbers rules the world. All I want to do is be good looking and have big numbers of top notch girls thinking, no, I'm good looking. And after I have that, I want to love everybody else because I'm just so satisfied. This is what my heart truly desires, to be a good looking guy to those good looking girls. Even if I don't become a rock star, if everywhere I go, girls look at me when they see me because I'm so good looking. Or here's what I really want from the girls. Those college girls see me. And their heart swells up within them. And they start daydreaming about meeting me and talking to me. They start daydreaming about seeing me need a helping hand. And they being just in the right place to come out over and help me and meet me. Just as long as Jesus, just as long as you save me in the end, I don't lose you, I'm willing to sell my soul to be a good-looking guy, a hot guy to the top-notch girls, all the females. If you're scientifically good-looking to the top-notch girls, even the little girls will find you attractive. Hell no, I don't want to go out with the fucking little girls, but I do want those little girls to think I'm good looking, because if they think I'm good looking, they're picky. The college girls will think I'm good looking. That's what I want. Those college girls and those 20-something girls and those teenage girls, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, and teenage. I want all the girls to think I'm good looking. just as long included in that group of girls who think I'm good looking as all the girls I think I'm top notch and I ever thought I were top notch and who are truly top notch. Just all the supermodels look at me and think I'm good looking. That's what I want. Now I'll pay any price for this. I'll sacrifice all my blessings in the future for a few years to have this. I swear by the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. And all I need to do, AI told me all I need to do is sharpen my features. Maybe they don't even have to break your jaw, but they can give you a stronger jaw. But I want to look good as a me. I don't want to be a copycat good looking guy. I don't want to look like Brad Pitt. I want to have the good looks. The same. I want to be as good looking as Chris Kelly, as Brad Pitt, as good looking as Brad Pitt. Can you believe once upon a time, I wanted to get cosmetic surgery to look like Tom Cruise. Can you believe how stupid I was? Hey, you gotta stop something. I don't want to look like no goddamn Tom Cruise, that quack Scientologist bitch. That goofy. Now that he's old, he looks fucking goofy. But at least he was good looking once upon a time. At least on one time in his four-dimensional timeline of existence for quite a few dots, he was good looking. I want to be. Now, if the only way I can be good looking is to look like Brad Pitt, as a last resort, I'm willing. But I'd rather be able to reshape my face, regrow my face with bone grafting. I don't want implants. I don't want fake fillers. I want to be real. I want to use bone grafts and Vitos to cause my face to grow in such a way so I have a face to die for, but people still recognize me as Chris. Mindshift, please, you do-gooder visionary atheist with all your money in the bank accounts and all your worshippers. Please spare me this shit trying to make me a good person when you got what I ain't got. It's not gonna happen, you son of a bitch. So go fuck yourselves.
Love me, but instead you stood above, you spit me out, you kick me down. I hate you'll never love me. Oh!